Welcome to GMTLDR for the July 2025 monthly update.
I'm not saying they're getting longer, but they could be getting longer.
Obviously, the idea with GMTLDR is that if you want all the details, go read the update. If you just want a brief overview, watch this. We have Gene here again this month, and he's going to go over a few of the things in his section, but briefly. So if you need more details, go read the email.
Thanks, Luke. Happy to be here, guys. The first section, it's not technically GMT, but it's kind of an ode to Roger and his son, Stephen, and a bunch of our friends put together this last issue that is really Roger's last anything that he laid out or did art for. And they're selling the issue. I think it's going to press right now. So it's going to be one of those first come, first serve, and when they're gone, collector's edition kind of issues. So we're trying to help them and just point our customers all over to RBM Studio to order something most people are going to want to have. It's kind of a hobby legacy piece. We have made progress, and actually we're about ready to charge and ship our first big batch. So the 6 games you see there, the Barbarossa and the 4 Space Empires and Talon, we're going to charge those July 30th. We'll start shipping the US orders like within a week after that, probably just a few days, and then international orders will be 10 to 14 days roughly. So there's a few things we really want you guys to know. The website process change that's really important is that we're only going to keep the P500 price up for a couple of days after we charge. After that, it's going to go to retail price. So if you want the P500 price, get your order in now, or at the very latest, like the day after we charge, because after that, there's going to be no more P500 price. Right now, we don't have a fulfillment partner for certain countries. And those break down right now. And basically, anybody in Europe who's not part of the EU, and some countries in South America, Africa, and the Middle East. And we've got them listed here if you want to read them. Anybody in that list will be fulfilled directly from the States with the same shipping arrangement that you've had before. So no change in pricing, but you will not pay the US tariffs. Next is that the rates are better. When you go in to order a game, you're going to see a price for shipping that's 10 to 50% less than what it was before, depending on where you live, except in the case of Canada. In Canada, it's an even lower price because it doesn't include sales tax, but we'll be charging sales tax for Canada on our website from here on out.
I think it's important to note here that your best savings are going to be if you order between 1 and 3 games versus what it cost before.
The last thing is just please be patient with us. This is the first time that we're doing this. We expect that there will probably be some bumps in the road. We've done our best to make it good. The second one will be better because we're going to learn and iterate and improve this.
We had a boatload of Charles S. Roberts Award winners in 2024. They are all listed right here. Special shout outs, Panzer North Africa for winning Game of the Year.
Ted Racer won a couple Charlies. The guys for Tonto Monto won a couple. The big winners were definitely Jim and Fernando for Panzer North Africa.
CSW Expo was really fun.
Nice. If you're interested in grip mats, we have a survey down here that you can fill out.
The bottom link. Yep.
We have a box back sneak peek this month from Unconditional Surrender Western Campaigns.
Same system as Unconditional Surrender if you know how to play it, but much smaller maps and scenarios. It's really cool. I think this is going to be our sleeper game for this year or next year, whenever it actually gets printed. Sal did a great job.
Playtesters Wanted. We want you to playtest I, Napoleon, The Limits of Glory. They're going to start in August, so if you're interested, go ahead and sign up.
If you're interested in some GMT history, check these out.
And the guys from Legendary Tactics did a great job adding pictures. There's some old pictures in there of designers. Ananda was just telling me the other night, he's like, they got this picture of me when I was young. There's a great picture of Richard Berger, Mark Herman in there that I really love. Kudos to them. They did a good job.
We also had some designer interviews. Like we mentioned, the interview with Legendary Tactics and Gene. We also had one with Fred Serval from Game Design Deep Dive. And of course, our GMT talk with Alan Dickerson.
As we mentioned last month, we have some games from Sound of Drums, and we do still have some in stock. So check the listing in each one of these paragraphs for how many are left. If you're interested in the upcoming digital edition of Space Corp, you can see this video, which has a preview of it.
New P500s.
We first got Ark, the Underworld. This is a new game from James M. Day. This is a game about the Ark Alien Response Command forces.
Jim has done a great job, and his tactical mastery is on display here in a situation you probably haven't thought about or even imagined, but it's cool. There's 3 different maps. You go from a city on top and then deeper into the lair. Lots of cool tactical combat, a lot of special operations forces type of actions. I think this one's going to really be fun.
Squad level tactical. That sounds pretty cool. We also have the map on the P500 page, and it looks very fun.
Our other new game this month is How the West Was Won from Ben Knight. It's a card-driven worker placement type game set in the Wild West. So each player is an entrepreneur competing to exploit 7 different markets in the Wild West. And it's a lot of fun. It's 1 to 4 players, and you can play it in 90 minutes.
I think my favorite market is where you put your worker down and you can decide if you want to be a lawman or an outlaw.
I like the whole lawman outlaw dynamic because there's lots of backstab stuff.
I mean, it's the Wild West, and that's what people think of as cowboys.
Yeah, that's what it's done for.
Outlaws. And then we have a second printing of Twilight Struggle Red Sea and a second printing of Wargaming Supporting Mark.
Got some new P500s on the horizon. Something new for next door players. That's coming pretty soon. We've also got a new Fighting Formations product. A new game in a popular Ancients theme series. Don't know what this is. No idea. He sits there nodding, knowing everything.
I think I know all 4 of these.
And a new game set in ancient Rome. So lots to think about here.
A few digital game updates. Digital Mr. President had a demo last month, and the most important thing that came out of it was feedback about a player-facing action log. So they're going to work on that now. And a few thousand new gamers wish listed it because of all the buzz about the demo. So great.
Awesome.
Digital Saratoga should be available within the next few months on Steam. The Space Corps digital game has a release date of August 21st, so next month. So,
All right.
and if you can't wait for all of those, we have Rebel Fury, which is available now.
Weekend at the Warehouse, October 16th to 19th. Make your reservations now.
John Reed from Nerd Workshop has the capability to create STL files for a 3D printer. And so he has been working in the background just because he loves it, basically, and made all of these STL files for Wolfpack, Fighting Formations, Last 100 Yards series, American Revolution Tri-Packs, Fields of Fire, all kinds of stuff. And he's still doing it. And he has kindly shared them with GMT, and we're hosting them on our website. If anybody who has a 3D printer wants to download them, just go to those pages if you have a 3D printer and you want to use those files. They're these really cool, like, organizing trays, and he also posts videos on his YouTube channel explaining how to set them up. Check all of that out because it's really cool.
Super nice of him to do that.
Here's a teach and play that was on the Homo Ludens channel with the co-designer Dan Bullock of In the Shadows, so check that out. This week on InsideGMT, we had a great Ermine article from the designer about the Battle of Shamtosu. We also had an article from Frank Chadwick about House Divided and how disease is handled in the game and how some of the event cards can cause unexpected troop loss. We also have another Hubris article. This is a re-released article from the Hubris Histories. Anyway, we're going to have a third article coming in the next few days also. So definitely check all of those out. This particular article was about how leaders are used in the game. So definitely read it. And then in case you missed it, we had another Solitaire Tac Ops or Tona article from Non-Breaking Space. That one talked about the game's operational system.
Kai really goes out of her way to try to be transparent and just tell the customers exactly what she knows. And the frustration is that she doesn't, and we don't always know or have the answers that we all want. She's doing a great job.
She is. I know it can be frustrating sometimes for people if they open up the GMT update and they say, oh, this game, I check every month and it doesn't move. Sometimes there's a reason for that that's beyond our control. Sometimes things happen. Please be patient with us.
Look at all those games coming over the next 6 to 9 months. That's a lot of games.
That's awesome. We're really cooking with gas now. This is so nice. The Battle of Cowpens. I wasn't expecting the green, but I do like it.
Yeah, I do too.
Coast Watchers.
That looks good. I like the palms. Ooh, more palms. In all seriousness, the rest looks really good too. This is so classic Terry. I love it. Firefight Tactical will be lit.
Designer and developer updates. Away team. They're doing multiple rounds of playtesting. They just finished one. They're hoping to wrap up by the fall and move into full production after that.
They've started solitaire testing for Bear Trap, which is awesome. The last thing they need to do before proceeding with final art and layout. Complex game with a lot of hidden information, so it has been challenging to work on the solitaire system, but Paul and Joe are cooking something up.
Baltic Empires is very close to done, just doing some final layout and adjustments to a few things. And they'll do proofreading and send the files to printer, hopefully in the next couple of months.
Calixto bot update pack update from Joe Dewhurst. They're going to send the materials to the proofreading team, so it's almost ready to go to the printer. All right, we've got the Recon series, which is Coast Watchers and Draken. First off, Coast Watchers, final development is almost done. You saw some art samples up above. Very exciting. They're done testing and tuning the two-player game and the Allied Solitaire. Now, they're still working on tests of the Japanese Solitaire system, but making great progress.
Update on Draken in brief is that things will start moving more once Coast Watchers is done, and then there'll be a Discord server for development and more design and playtesting and such.
Pure Land update from Joe Dewhurst. They're doing a little bit more tweaking on the full map. Maybe in next month's newsletter, we'll see it. They're also working on the cards, counters, and other components, and we'll be finalizing the non-player system.
A little bit longer update about the Guerrilla Generation cards. It's quite interesting, the images that they're using and the way the cards are going to be laid out. So I would suggest you read it.
Ooh, they do look like headlines. Wow.
Yeah, I really like them. Those guys had me at Circle DC with the combined Nicaragua and El Salvador game with the Resisting Reagan track in between. It was awesome.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
We've done it. Don't have much else to say. Happy July.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.